We all know how tough the job market is these days. Despite the unemployment rate here in Wisconsin lower than the national average, people are still struggling to find a job. Joining me with more on what skills are in high demand is Jeremy Esch from Robert Half, a professional staffing service. And welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
First off, what's the job market like here in Madison?
Well, I think Madison doesn't rely really heavily on a specific industry. We got a lot of different things within Madison, healthcare, government, all of these unique industries, as well as manufacturing picking up. So we don't rely heavily on one industry in Madison, which I think is helpful in our state. Yeah,
very diverse here. Now, when we talk about where the jobs are, have we seen an improvement since 08, 09?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what we're finding now, historically, as we come out of recessions, the tough skill sets that are in demand become even more tougher to find. So people are spending more money to try to attract candidates because normally they would be a little bit easier to find these people because they've been actively looking.
Social media has changed the way that we do business, and last week we reported that a social media company here in Madison, Shallot, is expanding, adding jobs. Is that social media, those tech jobs, is that where the jobs are?
Yeah, I think that's a huge area of opportunity. A lot of the technical jobs from that shallot company and a lot of other companies very similar are spearheading a lot of job creations. And I think many companies are becoming very creative in how they're attracting candidates through social media as well.
And it sounds like people need to brush up on some different skills here. So what are the specific skills that are in demand here?
Really specifically, you have to really do a good job promoting your soft skills. I think it's not necessarily always about what you know, but companies want leaders. Take leadership roles, take those types of things into your job search. Those things are very important to a lot of companies out there. In addition to that, really just understanding what your strengths are and going to opportunities where you can actually demonstrate those strengths and set you apart from other individuals as well. And I think it really comes down to being confident. So many people aren't confident. They go into an interview lacking the confidence, and that's going to come across. So the more you can practice and be confident in these interviews, I think that's going to come across to any employer, and they're going to hopefully want you on that team.
Excellent. And this is a common question real quickly. Should people go back to school in these situations?
It's always a double-edged sword. I think a lot of times what people should do is maybe take a look at doing certifications or things of that nature, where you're maybe not necessarily going to have to go back to school, but can do something online where you're not necessarily paying as much, but could ultimately look very good on a resume as you're looking for opportunities. I wouldn't necessarily avoid going back to school, but I think there are additional options out there as well.
All right, some very good tips to think about, Jeremy. Thank you very much.